All right, you are looking live at Soul MetLife Stadium, where today the 16-0 and playoff bound New York Giants are taking on the 0-16 Philadelphia Eagles. Why are the Philadelphia Eagles 0-16? Because they suck. The Philadelphia Eagles lost the Super Bowl because they suck. The Philadelphia Eagles have always sucked, and the Philadelphia Eagles will always suck in the future. The Philadelphia Eagles suck. Rolls right off the tongue there. They suck. Welcome to the Gridiron. Anybody out there at all is going to spend a little bit of time with me here this evening, I greatly appreciate it. Or if anybody's going to spend any time watching the replay of this, once again, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. I'm going to try to go about 30 minutes here tonight. Shoot my mouth off for about 30 minutes. Anybody got anything to say, please feel free. Fire away. Throw it in the chat box. I usually check on the chat box. Every time I start talking, my dog. Every time I start talking. I can get the chair out of his way so he can get under the table there so I can start petting him. Okay, now we're good to go. All right. So anybody got anything to say, please feel free. Fire away. Throw it in the chat box. I usually check on the chat box like every 5 or 10 minutes or so. So as soon as I see something in, I try to respond to it as fast as I can. So please feel free. And instead of me just rambling on for like a half an hour or so, just, nice to talk to another Giant fan. So please feel free, fire away. Before I get started, if anybody wants to help support my channel out, it would mean so much to me. In the description box below, there's a top link. It takes you to my membership page. I have 3 different membership levels. The first one's called the Saquon. Second one's called the Lawrence Taylor. And the third membership level is called the Gridiron. Each one's got their own little perks to them. So if you want to help support my channel out, I would thank you in advance, and it would mean so much to me. Thank you. And then if you are subscribed to my channel, thank you. I can use all the support I can get. If not, please go down below, hit the subscribe button and the bell icon. That way, next time I go live and put a video out, you'll be notified. And it's free of charge. What do you got to lose, right? But if you are subscribed to my channel, thank you. And then finally, in the description box below, there's 2 Facebook links. Okay. The top one takes you to my Facebook group. Okay. It's called the New York Giants, the Gridiron. It's a group. Basically, it's like my YouTube channel, my Facebook group, my Facebook page, it's all called the same thing, the New York Giants, the Gridiron. And I say it all the time. It's the way a moron like me, I can remember. I don't have to, what's the page called? What's the group? Is the channel? What's the YouTube channel? It's all called the same thing. All right. We just got up to 3,400 members. We were holding strong in the group, the Facebook group, the New York Giants, the Gridiron, the group. We were holding strong at 3,300 members, but we just eclipsed the 3,400 member mark somewhere in the past 24 hours. It's 7 days a week. Usually once I get done talking live here, I'll spend at least the next couple hours just putting pictures, something to show, some stats, a video, anything, something making fun of the Eagles or the Cowboys. I spend the next couple hours just putting stuff in the group and the page, which I'll go over in a minute. But if you become a member, not only do I put stuff in there, but the members post stuff in there as well, too. So if you go, there's a ton of New York Giants information every day. And then the second Facebook link, okay, takes you to my page. It's New York Giants, the Gridiron, okay, but it's a page, all right? And it's the same thing, with that. It's every day. I'm putting stuff in there every day. What do we have? We have over 1,300 people who like it. We have over 5,000 people who are following. We got the 5,000 follower mark a couple days ago. So the page is really, really doing good. But as I said, it's the same thing. I get a bunch of stuff in here, every day. I try if I can, okay, to get up to about 10 things if I can every day in here. Sometimes in the off season, it's a little difficult, with maybe not a lot of stuff going on, but I try as best as I can. And I don't commingle this stuff. So basically, pretty much, whatever I put in the page, I don't put in the group. Whatever I put in the group, I don't put in the page. Unless I find something really juicy to making fun of the Eagles, and I just got to share it with everybody. Because that's what I get up for in the morning. That's what I live. That's what I breathe for, to make fun of the Philadelphia Eagles. If I can do that, my day is complete. right? So other than that, I usually try to keep everything pretty much separate as far as the group and the page, all right? But as I said, if you go to the group and you like it, you follow, and you go to the page, if you go to the page and you like it, and you follow, and you go to the group and become a member, you get a ton of Giants information every day. And like I always say too, if you like and follow the page and you join become a member of the group, if you're not 100% satisfied, so you get your money back guaranteed. All right, Penei G-Man, what's up, big guy? Love the new news and old schools. Oh, thank you. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Tonight we're going to do the 1933 season. It starts. That's the actual start of the actual. They split. They just started the 1933. That's when they got two divisions. Okay, and the winner of each division plays in the championship game. Possibly one of the greatest championship games of all time. The 1933, which really nobody ever knows about. Obviously, nobody really cares about either, but one of the greatest championship games of all time, 1933 championship game. Unfortunately, the Giants lost 23-21 to the Bears. 6 lead changes. Frickin' the Bears went up 6-0. The Giants went, if I can remember correctly, the Giants, so Bears were up 6-0. Giants went up 7-6. Bears came back, kicked a field goal, I think, put them up 9-7. The Giants scored to make it 14-9. The Bears scored a touchdown to make it 16-14. The Giants went up 21-16. Then with under 2 minutes to go, the Bears got the ball, drove down the field, scored a game-winning touchdown. With under 2 minutes to go, the Bears won. 6 lead changes. Both teams had over 300 yards of offense. Phenomenal championship game. Nobody ever really knows about or cares about because it's 90 years old. But great game, great season for the Giants. But I'll be doing that one later on tonight. But I showed the OTAs today. They had, the reporters will be out like whenever the one is like this week's like Thursday or Friday or so. So the reporters will be out. So you get a lot more information. But a couple of things I did here. One thing was if you ever go to Big Blue Kickoff Live, it's like Paul Dottino, John Schmitz, Lance Meadows. They got Howard Cross is on there too. So that, they're really good, but they're there. Okay, they're in the they're on the side. They're watching the guys and all. So they're not allowed to so much say what the guys are like doing and all and everything. So they have a podcast out that comes out Monday through Friday, and I always try to catch up on it because as I said, they're there watching what's going on. But one of the callers called in. I forgot who they were talking about, McKethan or Ezeudu. But they called in asking, and Paul Dottino there said, we're not allowed to talk about what the guys are doing, but we can let you know. He said Lemieux, Ezeudu, and McKethan were there on the field. Now, as I said, what they were doing, if they were just off to the side, maybe doing their own thing, trying to recuperate, or if they were in there actually doing some drills with the other guys, who knows? Maybe we'll find out more. Like as I said, Thursday or Friday, they have another one when the reporters and all will be able to be there. But so that's good news to hear. I mean, you got Lemieux, Ezeudu, and McKethan, those 3. I mean, 3 guards. So pulling for those guys, especially Ezeudu. I hope he winds up becoming the one of the starting guards. What's up, Terrence? Reporters allowed. Oh, Thursday. Okay. Yeah, so hopefully we'll start hearing a lot more on Thursday. So that's cool because they'll be there. They'll probably be able to ask. I think maybe that's when they maybe be able to talk to Dable. They might have some questions they might ask him and all of that. I'm sure they'll ask him about Saquon Barkley and everything. But I wish Howard Cross was the left guard next season. Well, I mean, he was he was good at blocking. So, I mean, came from Alabama, so he was tough as nails. One thing, he doesn't remember much. I mean, when they try to bring stuff up, because he was there for the 1990 season, when they won the Super Bowl. But you ask him about, like Paul Dottino, so one of them asked, so Howard, remember the game in 91 against the Cowboys? He'll be, nope. He's like, he doesn't remember like anything. Yeah. We got Penei G-Man, what's good? But a couple of the guys, I mean, they also talked up we're talking about Paul Dottino was talking about Waller once again for the second day in a row. Looked pretty good. He's looking good. So it says the Giants hosted their second consecutive day with an OTA. The weather was ideal. Once again, I'm not seeing or reading anything. So-and-so ran a route and came up lame. Looked like he had to be helped off the field, or the cart came out and brought so-and-so off the field, or you know what I mean? So, or so-and-so fell down in pain, was screaming, agonizing pain, holding his elbow. Looks like he might be. So I didn't see nothing like that. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you. Right? It says fundamental work continues during the individual group sessions to start the practice. The wide receivers were working with position coach Mike Rowe on running different routes based on leverage. The focus in the pass game today seemed to be quick throws all across all areas of the field. Now, it seems like maybe yesterday, the first day, like they were basically in the red zone. Seemed like today they were outside the red zone trying to get into the red zone. They were throwing longer passes, I guess, today. So it didn't seem like they were doing a lot of work, if any, inside the red zone. Apparently, like I said, the only touchdown pass that I saw was from Tyrod Taylor to David Sills. The only competitive duels between the offense and defense were 7-on-7s for the second consecutive day. Paris Campbell was a frequent target of Daniel Jones. Good. Coming across the field and catching the ball on the move. We got some speed there, guys. He did catch a deep one that went for a big gain. He was also open on the sideline after running by a defender. Campbell is built like a running back and was great at gaining yards after the catch at Ohio State. If early practice is an indication, the Giants are going to try to take advantage of those skills this season. David Sills caught 2 deep passes from Tyrod Taylor over his outside shoulder. His second one went for a touchdown toward the end of practice. 2 Giant rookies showed some savvy on scramble drills. The initial set of routes did not give the quarterback an option to complete the pass, but both players found space to get open. Jalen Hyatt took off down the field and could have scored for a touchdown, and Eric Gray came back towards the quarterback after running a route from the field and came down with the ball after trying to drag his feet near the sideline. Free agent Jeff Smith ran a good, excellent route toward the end of practice, turning the cornerback around and catching the ball near the sideline. And then it says Giant defenders did a good job of preventing some catches throughout the practice. Bobby Okereke got in the passing lane. Amani Oruwariye knocked the pass away, and cornerback Cordell Flood had a pass break up toward the end of practice. Darnay Holmes also got his hand on a couple of passes. So, seemed like, for the most, seemed like, Campbell and Holmes did good jobs for the most part. Said after working extensively in the red zone on Monday, they worked primarily in the middle of the field. Okay. And then I don't know what they're going to wind up doing on Thursday. He says backup Tyrod Taylor threw the lone touchdown of the day. There were no takeaways. Okay, the Monday, right? What do we got? The lone takeaway was a tip in the end zone. Javarius Owens deflected a pass up, and Tillman Fox came down with it. But apparently there was no takeaways or interceptions today. Says top plays, the lack of interceptions didn't mean there weren't plays made on defense, but cornerback Darnay Holmes flashed a few times and made 2 nice pass deflections. Bobby Okereke also got his hand on a football. Yeah, okay. He looks good. He looks good. If you ever see a picture of him, man, the guy's just like built like a freaking Greek statue, man. He's just freaking muscle. My God. I hope he just, you kind of hope you can get the same production out of him that he had the past couple of years. I mean, just phenomenal. Whew. I'm Sean Rose listening to the Gridiron. Yeah. Let's see. Always keep up to Ronnie. She was here. Ronnie was here last week, I think it was. Yeah. Haven't heard nothing from Ronnie in about a week. We still have clowns saying it was a fluke last year. Oh, yeah. So they say there were linings wrong and running backs all over the formation. Yeah, I mean, they're trying all different kinds of things. I'll tell you what, I keep hearing a Waller. He really seems to be doing good. Paul Dottino was talking about before the practice, he was doing a bunch of stuff like catching, passes and all and everything. So he was Waller. I mean, if we can stay healthy, looks like we got ourselves a nice threat there, a nice threat. So Jamison Crowder, Jeff Smith, 2 more off-season additions to wide receiver room. Flashed their speed on completions from Tyrod Taylor, rookie Jalen Hyatt, Isaiah Hodgins, Khalil Pimpleton, Colin Johnson, and Darius Slayton also got on the board with some catches. Tight end Darren Waller made a spinning catch in the air on a pass from Daniel Jones in 7-on-7s. And here you go. Yeah. Okay. Here you go, Terrence. Yeah, right. So I guess it's Thursday, right? May 25th. Coach Brian Daboll and players set to speak to the media. Okay. And then you got next week, the 30th and the 31st and June 2nd. Then we got June 5th and 6th and June 8th and 9th. And then June 13th and 15th. Yeah, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So Thursday, yeah. So that's when so the coach will be speaking. They'll be asking a bunch of questions and all that and everything. So, and then we finally got all the guys signed. Good old Michael Schmitz signed. So that's good. Seven rookies, got them all signed. He says signed a 4-year deal, slotted $6.37 million with a signing bonus of $1.635. His 2023 cap hit will be $1.158, and it goes up each year a little bit. If I had him, and I just, I know it goes up a little bit each year, but I mean, my God, to get a center, a starting center, let's see, it's okay. It's what does he got? 1.15. Next year's cap hit is 1.44. Then it's 1.73. Then it's 2026. His cap hit is a little over $2 million. So it goes up a little bit each year. But if we have ourselves our starting center for the future, this is, a good steal. Good steal. Of course, he's a second rounder, so we only got him for 4 years, and we'll just wind up signing him to a nice long contract, hopefully, right? But it's good to have all the guys, all the guys signed, so that's good and all out of the way with. Now we got to get by storm. I really think so. He's different and pissed off. Yeah, it seems like he's got a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. Like to kind of prove people wrong. Because a lot of people seem to think that, you just, okay, Jaylen, we're going to snap the ball. When we snap the ball, you just run. Okay, that's what you do, and we'll just throw it deep, and you just, he still has some work to do on some of his routes. He can run routes, but I hear a lot of stuff. Obviously, I haven't seen it. I can't say for sure. But I just hear people. Who's Patricia Trainer? She was talking to, I can't remember who it was today. Ed Valentine. Was it Ed Valentine? I think it might have been. And he was talking about Jalen Hyatt. His route tree. He needs, to maybe do a little work on his route running and all of that. But that's something you can certainly pick up, But it's just, what he represents as well too is just, So if you can get a couple guys on the outside and just, ready to take the time. Campbell fast, right? And then you got Slayton, right? You got Hyatt, Bryce Ford Wheaton. You don't know if he'll make the team. We got so many freaking wide receivers. It's almost we don't have the number one top dog guy, but we got a lot of guys. It's like, it's almost be a shame. It's like some of these guys just, you get them. They might have to try to just put them on the practice squad. It's a shame. Do you guys ever notice Evan Neal is hobbling at practice? Did you guys notice? Oh, is Ed Valentine? Was it? Okay, yeah. I think he was talking about something about Jalen Hyatt. I think he said about his route running was a little susceptible, or he needs to work on it. I think it was. No, Hyatt is going to. I don't know. Was Evan Neal? Was he hobbling? I haven't heard anything at all about Evan Neal. But sometimes they also have like a red jersey. But what Patricia Traynor was talking about is on Thursday, they'll be there. Now, they haven't really don't have a lot of idea what's going on. Like a lot of them, what she was talking about too, Patricia Traynor, was that, some of these guys in the off season have had surgery. Okay. So they'll be protected because they'll have red jerseys on. Okay. So a lot of it, they don't know because they weren't there. Okay. But when they're there on Thursday, they're going to have the paper out. They're going to have I'm not sure if they'll take a lot of pictures or videos or what that I don't know, but you certainly know the pen and paper will be out there writing down, oh, who is that in the red jersey? Oh, that's that's so-and-so. Oh, okay. So-and-so is a red jersey. So they'll be writing down names and numbers of guys that possibly had some, off-season surgery that they're trying to recover from. Maybe something happened with Evan Neal. If he does, I don't know. What we got? He stumbled coming on the field in a bit. Really? He stumbled? I didn't see that. No, I didn't see a video at all. Was that what is that what you're referring to? He tried to run. He was running on the field and he stumbled. Hopefully he didn't. Did he have a red jersey on? Because if he had because some of these guys are coming off that maybe have some type of an off-season surgery that they're trying to recuperate from, and they'll ease them in. That's why they might be hobbling around or something or whatever. Oh, no? Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Well, I don't know. Let's hopefully he doesn't stumble too many more times because we can use that guy because we got, Andrew Thomas and we got Evan Neal, right? And behind them we got, what was it? Who was it? Was it Yadni Kajust? I think it was. I mean, they brought him in. I haven't heard anything if they signed him, but I mean, we got a lot of guys. It's tough to say how much of a drop off it's going to be if Evan Neal or Andrew Thomas aren't there, but it's going to be. Something is wrong. He isn't coming off the snaps. Okay, either. Jesus. Well, you got videos of they got videos of him out there. Because I mean, I don't know, what videos that people are taking or being able to take or put out there. Is it something from the Giants? I don't know. Something wrong. He isn't coming off the snaps. Okay, either. Well, he did spend some time in the offseason with a former I can't remember what his name was from the Cincinnati Bengals. Real good tackle. Trying to change his stance, something to help him get out of his stance a little bit faster and all and everything. So I hope, because we certainly could use for him to take a decent step forward. He doesn't have to take a huge step, but at least if he can get a little bit better and better and better. Now, the thing is with him, you're going to give him, obviously you give him another year or two, but then you might want to, if he keeps having problems, you always think about bringing him inside, putting him in as guard. Right? I mean, he's a possibility he could be a guard. He was going again, Gridiron. Yeah. He was. So, but then I saw this. I don't know where to. I mean, this is just like. I mean, some of this stuff is just really funny. It's like. I don't know. And of course, I'm like an idiot. I'm reading it. Should the Giants pursue a trade for Davante Adams? I mean, it's like, the Bleacher Report has named the Giants as a potential suitor for the star wide receiver. I mean, I don't know where they come up with some of this stuff at. I mean, but it says, as they say, potential suitors would be the Giants and Buffalo. It says Adams is a player who has continuously shown he cannot be guarded. Yeah, I mean, he had a phenomenal season last year. I mean, it had nothing to do with Aaron Rodgers either. Made the Pro Bowl 6 straight seasons and first team All-Pro 3 straight years going. In just 9 seasons, Adams has 9,637 receiving yards and 87 touchdowns. Many previously attributed his success to future Hall of Fame quarterback Aaron Rodgers, but after getting traded to the Raiders, Adams led the league in touchdowns. So, right? I mean, he had 1,516 yards receiving and 100 catches. What a freaking nature that guy is. Simply amazing. Adams is clearly one of the premier offensive weapons in the NFL, but is currently on a Raiders team that is not in a win now mindset. So the problem is you're taking the pretty much the last few years of his successful career and what he's going to be playing at, because in 4 or 5 years, I mean, he might still be out there, maybe, but I mean, he's not going to be, I think he's 33 years old. 30. What are we at? 30. Oh, he's 30. 30, 31. He's 31. My bad. 31. He's 31. Okay. So, but I mean, it's not a spring chicken, Let's see. Seeing Adams getting traded to a receiver needy team like the Giants that are looking to compete now would be a perfect fit. Big Blue is likely one offensive skill weapon away from having an elite level. So could you imagine? Obviously this is not going to happen. But could you imagine if we had Davante Adams, Waller, and Saquon out there? Oh, here we go again. And how? I haven't seen the Hopkins, the D Hop articles yet, but I mean, it's like the problem, of course, is salary cap space and assets. Now, I don't know if the Giants would trade away. It would be maybe a draft pick, I guess. I don't know who, if they want to be, if the Raiders would want anybody on the team. Maybe we could trade Darren Waller back. I'm just kidding. But I mean, you'd have to maybe trade a draft pick for him or so. But the problem is, I mean, with something like that, I mean, if you look at his salary, I mean, you would have to read. I mean, my God, this year, okay, his salary, Davante Adams is very I mean, it's like 14.7 million. I mean, that's a joke. 14.7. The problem is that I mean, he's signed through 2026. I mean, next year his salary is his cap hit is $25 million. Okay, which is still for his his skill set and all his being a receiver is still very, very good. But then also the problem is next year, when his salary cap hit is $25 million, he's $32 million. He's 32. He's 32 years old. Then you got like the Jalen Hurts kind of factor kind of coming in there. So when Davante Adams was 33 and 34. His cap hit is $44 million those 2 years. So it's like the Jalen Hurts thing. I got all these Eagle fans in my Facebook group and my Facebook page and all that. I don't know where these freaking low-life loser Eagle fans come from. They just appear on these my Giant pages, But they keep posting like Jalen Hurts' cap hit this year is $9 million. Next year it's like 14 or whatever the frick it is. But then like in 2026 and 2027 or 27 and 28 or whatever, it's like 75 million one year and like 80 million the next or something like that. So you have to like probably rework his contract, I guess. But I mean, it's the same thing here with Davante Adams. I mean, it's like $44 million for his cap hit. I mean, in 2025 and 2026. So when he's 34 years old, his cap hit's going to be $44 million. Just along with this contract. Okay. So, I mean, if they were, I love these guys talking about Daniel Jones. Look at all the weapons Carr had. Yep. Oh yeah. I mean, look, Carr had some good weapons without a doubt. But, I mean, the Giants got too many, I mean, they brought in a lot of guys. I can't really see them at all going for trading for somebody like this. Because I mean, the big thing is, if they got him, I mean, that would something like that would really close the gap on the Eagles. I mean, if you can get Waller out there, I mean, then you could get Davante Adams out there. You got Saquon out there, and then you can throw any like other two guys out there. You got that's a heck of a, and if our offensive line could hold up, our offense would be pretty formidable. The problem is trading away a draft pick for him. He's in his 30s, And if he's due us like $44 million, I mean, that's just a bit too much. That's just, I don't know. I keep looking at the Giants are, the Giants are fitted to make a trade for DeAndre Hopkins or the Davante Adams, or, just hopefully one of these days we'll get ourselves a true number one. I just don't see it happening this year. The thing, as I said, is you're trading away a pick and then you got to pay the guy. It's if we were able to, if that was to make us a Super Bowl team, I can maybe see us doing it, but I still think we're maybe not quite there. But it sure would be nice. That would give us a heck of a lineup. So we got Thursday. It would be the next OTAs, and then we have the Memorial Day weekend, right? But then we'll find out a little bit more about what's going on in OTAs and all and everything like that. But they just keep on rolling along, guys. Well, it's been 31 minutes, guys. Hey, Benny G-Man, Terrence, thank you. Great talking to you. And look for my video out tonight. We're going to 1933 New York Giants, right? They won their division, went to the championship game. They lost to the championship game against the Chicago Bears 23-21, one of the greatest championship games that nobody will ever know about and probably never ever care about. But as always, guys, hey, thank you. If anybody spends any time watching the replay of this, once again, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. It means the world to me. Thank you. As always, you guys stay safe out there and go Giants. Woo! Oh, yeah.